Still waiting for that fleet of the future. Almost 4 years after BART's new cars hit the tracks, we're still waiting for the full fleet to be unveiled. KTVU's Tom Vacar explains why the $2.6 billion project has stalled.
Getting the full order of BART's 775-car fleet of the future has been delayed from mid-2022 to late 2022 and now into the spring of 2023.
They need to work harder on that contract management, engineering, get on top of your job. Thank you.
Not the biggest deal in the world, but it'd be nice to get those working.
I definitely really like the newer cars. But at the end of the day, I'm just happy to get where I need to go.
Thanks to the pandemic, that's no surprise to the Mineta Transportation Institute at San Jose State.
We saw that there were worker shortages, that there was reduced production, and that there were also cases at our ports and with our long-haul drivers.
That said, BART now has its biggest fleet ever, 798 cars. That's 129 more than when the new fleet started to arrive. There are 286 new Fleet of the Future cars and 512 older cars in service.
The new cars have just less seating areas, so for me, I prefer the older ones. I don't care about they do look nice.
Whoever designed those new BART trains definitely listened to the people that was listening to the people that have been here on the BART for a long time.
With a current COVID-reduced ridership, BART is actually running 621 cars, but has enough cars in reserve to handle whatever increases come. BART stopped accepting the new cars last January and won't accept any more until a program of reliability improvements are completed. Some of the new cars had a number of train control software problems that caused shutdowns and delays. That problem appears to have been mostly corrected, but not fully as yet. Some other issues with wheels developing noisy flat spots also persist. BART hopes to have all 775 cars of the Fleet of the Future in place by spring of 2023. As of last Friday, BART hauled 120,000 passengers, 28% of pre-COVID levels.
Transit ridership plummeted at the height of the pandemic, upwards of 96% in some cases.
Weekend levels are back to 55% of pre-COVID traffic, but BART does not expect to get back to 55% of its pre-pandemic weekday traffic until next July. And that's because a lot of people can now work from home, and many people still think the potential of COVID on transit systems is very real.
What we know from the scientific literature is that absolutely was not the case.
As a result, BART says it may take as long as 8 years to return fully to pre-pandemic ridership. One note, despite a request to the BART board, neither the Media Relations Department nor any board members would do an interview. Tom Vacar, KTVU, Fox 2 News.